Welcome back to the trail with Mushy the Cowboy Cook. Right around the corner we got two big holidays. Super Bowl and Valentine's Day. Wait, are they holidays? Well, they're big enough to where they're basically holidays. So this is another 2-in-1 video, 2 recipes, 1 video. Let's get into it. Alright, for the first potato, I'm calling them Super Bowl potatoes. You can call them football potatoes if you want to. Basically, I'm taking a little smaller potato, more long than fat around. I peeled it. I cut one side down to make it a flat surface. Because what we're going to do is, I got 2 sticks. They are 5/16 inch dowels. Because what you want to do is cut your potato into small slices, but you don't want to go all the way through. Well, if you don't have the dowels, when you start cutting, you may not cut deep enough, or you might cut too deep and hit the wood. Then you cut it in two. And the purpose is to have it to look like this. Individual pieces that are still connected at the bottom. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. Now at either end, you may actually you cut all the way through. That's only because it's so small at one end that there's not enough below where the dowel is to hold on to it. But that's okay. That's why you cut a flat piece on it and start it from there. So I just take the potato, hold the dowels in place, and cut straight down. And then those dowels keep you from going all the way down. Now if you're a professional, you might can do it free-handed without the dowel, but it's nice to have a little safeguard there. And just work your way down the potato. Try and cut them as evenly as possible as far as the thickness of it. Make sure you have a good sharp knife. There we go. Get your oven heating up to 350. We're going to cook these for about 45 minutes to an hour. It's not like you're cooking a whole baked potato, which would take a good hour or so. And what we're going to do is lay these over on a rack pan. And that way the air can come up underneath it and cook the bottom also and crisp it up. Just want to kind of pull these apart a little bit. Now we'll do more as we start putting some seasoning on. Now today I'm just going to do all the potatoes in both recipes the same way. I'm going to use a little original Kent Rollins seasoning One reason why I like this seasoning, it's got a little bit of everything. Some salt, some paprika, I think some turmeric, and then I've got his mesquite flavoring, which has some of the same seasoning. And then just take a little bit of oil, try and separate a little bit. Kind of like a spiral sliced ham. And pull any of the pieces, the sections apart. Get the seasoning down in there, get the oil down in there. Hey, there's a good way to do it. Kind of hold it out. Yeah, that works good. So I'm going to do this other one same way. I'm going to use this technique I just taught myself. Kind of hold it out like this. Let it gravity work with me. Season it. Give it some oil. And then we'll get in the Dutch oven. Like I said, if you're cooking inside about 350, 45 minutes to an hour. So this is the Super Bowl recipe, and then I'll come back. We'll get this baking, and we'll start on the Valentine's Day recipe. All right, for the Valentine recipe, calling it the Texas Rose. How about that? Because that's Cowboys, mainly based in Texas. So what I did was try to find a longer potato. Took the jacket off or the skins, and then ran it over a mandolin, so I'd have very consistent slices, not too thin, not too thick. Take a piece of bacon, lay it out, and then I take the potato and just cut it down the middle, each slice. Then all you do is just overlap it a little bit, lay it out on the bacon. Then I'm going to run, same as the other, a little bit of oil over it. A little bit of Kent Ryland's original seasoning. And then a little bit of the mesquite. Then all you're going to do is start on one end. It's a little clunky doing it, but just roll it. Kind of holding on to the end. And then put it into a sprayed muffin tin. Now what you'll do is, once you get it in the tin, you'll have to kind of even it out. Move the potatoes around a little bit, try and get them evenly distributed as best as you can. Trying to make it look like a rose slash flower. Like that. And then we're going to bake this 45 minutes to an hour at the same 375. I might have said 350 on the other. We're going to bake that at 375 too, if you're baking it in the oven. I don't know if I'll have enough potato for the three others, but I will do however many, probably 1 or 2 more, and then I'll get this into the Dutch oven as well. And then when we come back, we'll sample both of them. Alright, for my Super Bowl and Valentine's Day recipes, they smell good. I cooked them for about 45 minutes, 50 minutes. Then I just had the top heat on it, trying to brown them off a little more. These don't look as pretty as I was hoping. I guess I really need as tight of a roll as possible. It's just something it's the first time me cooking it. And things like this, if you like the taste, do it again and try to do a little better as far as the look, if that's what you're wanting, to look a little better. These, they're real tight. Like I said, I loosened them up a little bit before I started cooking them, but as they cooked, after about 45 minutes, I just took the fork and kind of mashed it, and they just kind of fell over a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just put a little sour cream on it. And if you had some crumbled up bacon, you could always do that. Put that on it. The outside is a little crispy. The inside is nice and tender. But I'm glad I left the top heat on to let this outside crisp up. And then I'm going to put a dollop of cream cheese on this. Not sure if I should cut it or just take a bite out of it. Just take a bite out of it. The potatoes are the same way. I'll pull this one out. Like what was down inside is nice and tender, yet right up here, the exposed part, crunchy. Nice contrast on the potato. The bacon, of course, is done and giving it a lot of flavor. And then putting that sour cream on it makes it taste like a loaded baked potato. So really both of them you could do for Super Bowl. I just let everybody have an individual one, and like I said, throw some sour cream on it and let it be a little finger food. It's a 2-3 bite finger food. But both of them very good. Well worth a little bit of effort in it. Like I said, these potatoes, make sure you put get you some dowel rods so that you don't cut quite all the way through. Like you can tell, it's almost all the way through, but enough to keep the potato together. And that's all you need. And then as it cooks, it will just slowly pull apart. And like I said, I just pushed it some with my fork and it came right apart. So give them a try. Well worth the effort. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video on the potatoes 2 ways. for Valentine's and the Super Bowl. But in actuality, they turned out taste-wise so good, you could do it for both. You can make both of them for the Super Bowl and for Valentine's Day. Now for Super Bowl, I've got a number of tailgating recipes that would be perfect for Super Bowl Sunday. So check out those videos. I'll list the dates and times I'm going to be at shows in March. Check them out. Come out if you can. Otherwise, if you like videos like this, please subscribe. Share it with a friend. Share it with 1,000 friends. Like it. And of course, ring the bell. And Mushy the Cowboy Cook will see you down the trail.